Wrestling fans, it's your boy the Blue here tonight to give you a rundown of what just happened tonight on NXT and TNA. So first we're going to start with NXT. NXT starts off with our first match between Eva Marie and she faces Carmella. Eva Marie wins via count out as we thought Carmella was going to win, but Eva Marie had her foot on the rope, then she throws Carmella out the ring and she hits her head on the ground and gets counted out. So Eva Marie still remains undefeated on NXT. So then we have a match between Bull Dempsey and Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze wins by using his foot on the ropes to gain the advantage to pick up the victory to get extra leverage. So then we have William Regal who comes out into the ring to introduce the newest NXT diva, formerly known as Kana, now named Asura. And they had invited her to the ring to officially sign her to NXT. Says she's happy to be here in NXT, and then she's interrupted by Dana Brooks, the Total Diva, and Emma. And they tell her that she needs to leave before they send her away, just like they did Charlotte and Becky. And she leaves out the ring, but has a sadistic smile. So I'm assuming that eventually that she's gonna come back and she's gonna find her a partner, and they're gonna take on Emma and Dana Brooks. And I'm guessing that her partner will be soon to be making her NXT debut, Nia Jax. And I'm hoping it is, because I want to see what she has to perform. Some of us might not know, Nia Jax is a German and Samoan. She's also related to the long lineage of the Samoan family, the Anai family, which consists of people like The Rock, Roman Reigns, Tamina, the Usos, Rikishi, and so on. So then we have our main event, a rematch for the NXT Tag Team titles with Blake Murphy, the challengers, take on the Vaudevillains. And during this match, Blue Pants comes down to even the score up to make sure that Alexa Bliss doesn't get involved. She chases out the ring. So after that, the Vaudevillains pick up the victory, retain the titles after they hit Murphy with the Whirly Dervish to retain the NXT Tag Team titles. So congratulations to Vaudevillains on retaining their titles. Next week we have another match for the qualifying match for the Dusty Rhodes Memorial, which will be whoever wins will advance to the finals. We have Samoa Joe and Finn Balor to take on Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy in one match. And in the other match, we have the team of the Hype Bros to take on Jordan and Gable. So, and after that, whoever those two matches will take on will be in the semifinals. As we already have Rhino and Corbin in one bracket, and in the other bracket we have in the other bracket it is the team of I can't remember the other team. Oh, Dash and Dillinger. Dash and Wilder and Dash and Wilder. I'm sorry, not Dillinger. Scott Dillinger's perfect 10. I'm sorry about that. So I did make a mistake on that last part, and I apologize. It is Dash and Wilder, the other tag team. Ty Dillinger, the perfect 10, didn't Matt wrestle last night. So tonight, that is. So forgive me sometimes. I try. I don't. When I do my review, I try to put the important things that I see down, take my notes and stuff, and sometimes I might forgot to word something, so I have to try to refresh my memory to think of some of the stuff that happened. So I make mistakes. We all human, but I'm still here to give you a review. But anyway, we're moving on along to TNA. TNA starts off with the TNA roster and Dixie Carter, who makes a match between the 5 representatives of TNA from last week who helped get rid of Global Force Wrestling in a 5-man elimination match, with the winner ultimately getting a title shot at EC3 or World Wednesday night between him and Rockstar Spud at the next pay-per-view in 11 days, which is Bound for Glory, located, which will be seen live down here from the state that I live in right now, and the city. As a matter of fact, the Queen City, representing Charlotte, North Carolina, home of people like the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And congratulations once again to his daughter on becoming the WWE Divas Champion. But we're back on TNA. I'm sorry to interrupt. Just had to get that in since we are talking about where Bound for Glory is taking place, which is the city that I reside in the state, the city of Charlotte, North Carolina. North Kakalaki. So, moving on along. Then she calls out Eric Young. Eric Young was the one who betrayed TNA and tried to help GFW to take out TNA. And Eric Young comes out and says Dixie can't do nothing to him because he has an ironclad clause in his contract, which means that there's nothing that Dixie can do about it. So she makes a match for him and the guy that he's been feuding with for the last months, Christopher Melendez. And Dixie Carter says that match will start right now, and she says that the TNA roster will make sure that he gets a fair fight. So, during the match, Eric Young uses that prosthetic leg and hits Melendez. Look like he should, and then he likes to go for his power drive to finish the match, but he doesn't. Instead, he tries to go on top rope. Then Melendez counters, pushes him off, and he climbs on top rope with one leg and drop kicks Eric Young, and finally getting rid of that demon, defeating Eric Young and regain his leg back. So congratulations, Chris Melendez, the Sarge. So then we have a match for the TNA Knockout titles between Jade of the Dollhouse versus Gail Kim. Now the winner of this match will also head to Bound for Glory to face #1 contender Awesome Kong. So Gail Kim wins by hitting Jade with the feet. Then after the match, Dollhouse attacks and Gail Kim. So Madison Rain and Velvet Sky, the people come out. You know, Angelina Love is out with injury, but if my sources are right, I think the only reason she ended up getting hurt, or supposedly, was that she's really pregnant, and I think it's by one of them guys from the Wolves, if I'm not mistaken. You know, don't quote me on that. Let me do some more research and get some more of my sources to find out if what I say is true, because I don't want to mislead anybody and say, oh, I heard it on the Blowwine's YouTube channel saying that the reason why that Angelina Love is not wrestling right now because she's really pregnant by David Richards of the Wolves. You know, I don't want to. It's speculations. I don't know how accurate it is. I have to keep doing my research to find out if my sources are actually correct before I just plain say that it's a proven fact. So don't quote me on that. Let me get back to you as soon as I find the sources and I can confirm that these rumors, allegations are true. Then I will get back to you on my next review or whenever I find out to let you know. So please don't go out and tell the world that the Blowwine said that it was a fact. Because for first things, if it's a fact, I would tell you it's a fact. That's one thing about me. Now, if it's speculations or rumors, I would specify speculation rumors. So that way we don't cause no conflict and they can't say that the Blowwine is telling lies on these people. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep everything on a professional level, and trying to give you the best results and try to give you the most honest results about some of the things that's happening in these wrestlers' lives that's not on screen. But if it's rumors, I would tell you it's rumors, speculations or rumors. But if it's a fact, I would say it's a known fact. So let's get that out the way right now. So moving on along. After the beautiful people get rid of the Dollhouse, Gail Kim later still laying in the ring trying to get it recuperated, and out comes Awesome Kong, who is gonna fight Gail Kim, like I said, once again at Bound for Glory for the TNA Knockouts Championship, and they have a little stare down. So then we have our next match, which was for the X Division title, Kenny King versus Tigre Uno. Tigre Uno, the masked Mexican guy trained by the famous Rey Mysterio Sr., the dad of the one of the best luchadors of all time, Rey Mysterio Jr. Shout out to Rey Mysterio Jr. for putting all them years of work. Tigre Uno wins by hitting him with the springboard frog splash and retaining the X Division title. Congratulations to my boy Tigre Uno representing the X Division. So then we have our world title match between Rockstar Spud versus EC3 for the TNA world title. EC3 wins with the 1%er to retain his title. And then after that match is over, he tells Tyrus to hard punch Spud. Then after he does that, he tells Hardy to end Spud's career with a twist of fate, or he will be fired. So Hardy says no. So then they get ready to jump Hardy, but his brother Matt comes out and Tyrus stops him, and then he grabs him. He said, "Jeff, things have changed." So he orders Jeff to hit Matt, but Matt Hardy hits Tyrus with a low blow, and then Jeff hits EC3. So EC3 later on says, "I'm gonna call Jeff out and fire him. I'm gonna fire Jeff Hardy." So then we have the Revolution comes out to the ring, and they blow up as Abyss. Got tired of Storm pushing him around, and he just says, you put your hands on me again, I'm gonna hurt you and send you back to Tennessee. And he says, I'm gonna destroy who I want when I want, and you ain't gonna tell me anymore. And he walks out. So then we have Manic and left in the ring with Storm, and Storm kept talking about Koya, who is really known as Mahabali Shira, and Manic said his name is Mahabali Shira, and James Storm gets mad and blah blah blah. So Manic says, "You know what? I'm done." And he walks out. And then here comes Mahabali Shima, and he tells Storm the revolution is over, and he wants to fight, and they will fight now. But Storm says we will fight on his time, and he was sorry about his down luck, which leads to our main event between Brown, Drew Galloway, Dave Richards, Eddie Edwards, and Bobby Lashley in a 5-man elimination match, which like I said, the winner gets number one contenders match a title shot at Bound for Glory. And Richard eliminates Brown at the beginning. Then the Wolves, they eliminate themselves, which leaves Galloway and Lashley alone. And Galloway eventually beats Lashley with the big boot to become the number one contender, and will face EC3 at Bound for Glory. And at the end, then EC3 and Tyrus comes in the ring and tells Hardy he will give him one more chance to come out and beg for his job. Hardy comes out and tells him to fire. He's not afraid to get fired. And EC3 says, "Jeff, I'm gonna give you one more chance to keep your job. I want you to get on your knees, to kiss my belt like it's a ring, and respect me like a king, and to tell everybody and now to acknowledge him as the greatest wrestler." And he said if you don't kiss the belt, he'll never get another title shot again, and he will fire him. So Jeff Hardy gets on his knees. He said, "I am Jeffrey Hardy." And he tells EC3 that you can't fire him because he quits, and he can take this job and shove it because he don't work here anymore. So Jeff Hardy supposedly quits TNA. So next week's scheduled, Dixie Carter has says a big announcement for EC3's match at Bound for Glory. She says she's got a special referee in mind, and I personally think it's going to be Jeff Hardy, but I could be wrong. And also scheduled a match next week. We got Drew Galloway's and Matt Hardy to take on Tyrus and EC3. But overall, it was alright. I thought it should have been a lot better. After all, this company just came off their biggest victory in company history as they eliminate GWF. And I thought maybe I would have seen GWF to try to retaliate to some degree still, to try to keep it going, but apparently not. So, I thought last week's show was a lot better. So it goes to prove my point that TNA can't survive on its own. They need help of another organization, and I think what they did with Global Force was pretty much a good thing. They should kept the thing going. I think that the analog was just right. I think that they shouldn't have put an end to that relationship so quick. I think they should have just dragged it on a little longer, you know, just to build ratings up and to build TNA up a little bit, you know, and to put Global Force back on the map a little more, you know. But you know, that's just how the wrestling business goes. People hurt behind the scenes and oversees the shows. They make some good decisions at times, put some good product out on the mat, in the ring, but some of the decisions, it really doesn't add up, and I think they need to reassess the things and reevaluate and see what makes the money and what doesn't. And right now, I think that what was really helping TNA out the past couple of weeks was the return of Jeff Jarrett and Global Force combined with them, because I think the ratings was a lot better and it was a lot more action. You know, it had a lot more excitement to it because it had, you know, it's a different twist to it. But like I said, you know, you gotta look at who's running the companies and stuff like that. But that concludes this episode review on TNA and NXT. I will be back tomorrow night to give you a recap of SmackDown, you know, and talk more about any breaking news or any more rumors or sources that I hear going on in the wrestling business as I do my reviews. If I have any breaking news or information that it has got leaked through me through sources, I'll be sure and gladly share it with you. You know, like I said, leave me a comment, you know, subscribe to me. I mean, you know, tell me what you think. You know, like I keep saying over and over again, you know, I'm out here to give you the best review and the best results and the best, you know, groundbreaking news or report as I can. You know, I mean, I might not be on top of it like I should be, or can't give you all the information because I don't know it all. I just can only go by what I have sources, you know, sources that's in big places that, you know, that tells me certain things. They might not, they might not can tell me everything I need to know because, you know, some of my sources are not allowed to really tell you certain things because it shouldn't get leaked out, you know. But, you know, me, I am the man. I can find answers. You know, I dig dirt. I find it all. I find the scoops. You know, I do a lot of research myself, you know, because, you know, one thing about me, I love this professional wrestling, and I try to find out all I can, you know. The only thing that I don't try to find out is the results of matches that's going to happen, who's going to win, because I don't like to, because it's not no, it serves me no purpose to sit there and say, well, I already know that, let's say EC3 is going to beat Spud because somebody leaked the results out already. Because then I don't want to watch it because it don't enthuse me no more because I already know who the outcome of, you know. So I don't never give you the results of anything if I find out because I don't want to know myself. I can give you my opinion on who I think's gonna win these matches, like at pay-per-views, whatever. But I try to keep away from the spoilers because it defeats the purpose to me, you know. If I go look at the spoilers, it ain't no sense me even watching these shows. So, you know, like I said, my name is the Hawaiian, and I'm proud each and every week to come at you to give you these reviews on the different promotions, you know. Soon enough, when I have next time to watch some of these other promotions, you know, I'll start getting some reviews on them. Like I said, I will do my reviews on RH, but, you know, I do have a daytime job I have to attend to, so I can't be staying up all night, every night, trying to wait on the RH to come off at 12 o'clock and then sit up another hour just give you these reviews. If they had kept it like it was, you know, because at the beginning, when it first came, I already started on Destination America, I was able to do that because it was coming on live for TNA, but somehow they just said, we're going to make it come late night. And, you know, some folks, they got prior engagements to do. We can't watch that crap. I mean, the crap, they got good wrestlers, but the crap, you know, why waste your time watching something for an hour when you only have like one or two matches? And sometimes most of the matches would be matches they didn't have on some called RH pay-per-view, you know what I'm saying? But once again, I am the Hawaiian, and I would like to say peace, God bless, have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow live, same place, with my SmackDown review. God bless you.